The carboxyl group is the parent group of a family of compounds called acyl compounds or carboxylic acid derivatives. This family includes the acyl chloride, the acid anhydride, the ester, the nitrile, and the amides. Most of them includes the carbonyl group and another functional group except for the nitrile. For acyl chloride, we have a chlorine atom. Here is our carboxylate group. This is an alkoxy group. And here is an amino group, which may be substituted. Shown here is a series of carboxylic acids and their common names. For 1 carbon carboxylic acid, the name is formic acid. For 2 carbons, we call it acetic acid, or symbolized here by ACOH. For 3 carbons, it's named propionic acid. 4 carbons is called butyric acid. For IUPAC naming for carboxylic acid, we change the E of the parent alkane to oic acid, and the carboxyl group is considered as C1. For this compound, since it contains only 1 carbon, it's called methanoic acid. For 2 carbons, it's called ethanoic acid. Propanoic acid for this one, and this is butanoic acid. If we have a substituent, such as this case here, the carboxyl carbon is C1 and the bromo group is located at C4. The name of this compound is 4-bromo-hexanoic acid. Here's a common compound we normally encounter. The common name and IUPAC name of this compound is benzoic acid or BZOH. Carboxylic acids with up to 4 carbons are miscible in water due to hydrogen bonding. And most carboxylic acids have pKa of 4 to 5. That means at neutral pH, the major form of carboxylic acids is the carboxylate. The carboxylate is more water soluble than the carboxylic acid because it has a negative charge. Electron withdrawing groups increase the carboxylic acid's acidity. The pKa of acetic acid is 4.76. If you add 1 chlorine atom at C2, the pKa drops to 2.86. It means it's becoming more and more acidic. 2 chlorines, 1.48, and 3 chlorine atoms brings the pKa down to 0.70. The reason for this is that Cl is an electron withdrawing group, and electron withdrawing groups pull electrons by inductive effect and reduce the intensity of the negative charge at this oxygen, thus distributing the electrons among different atoms. For esters, we name them by stating the alcohol part first, ending in -il, then naming the carboxylic acid portion ending with -ate or -oate. For example, this compound is named by stating this group first, this is ethyl, and then the carboxylic acid part, this is acetate. So the name of this compound is ethyl acetate or ethyl ethanoate in IUPAC. For this compound, the alcohol part is here. We name it as benzyl, and the carboxylic acid part is 3 carbons, so this is propanoate. The name of this compound is benzyl propanoate. For this compound, the alcohol part is methyl and the carboxylic acid part is benzoate. So the name of this compound is methyl benzoate. Esters have lower boiling points than carboxylic acids. They can form hydrogen bonds with water due to the presence of this oxygen and this oxygen. They have lower boiling points than carboxylic acids because of the lower chance of hydrogen bonding. Anhydrides may be named by dropping the word acid from the carboxylic acid name and adding the word anhydride. For this compound here, This is called acetic anhydride. This is an acetyl group, and by IUPAC, it can be named also as ethanoic anhydride. This compound is benzoic anhydride. Acid chlorides are named by dropping the ic acid from the names of the carboxylic acid and adding il chloride. For our instance here, this is called acetyl chloride or ethanoyl chloride under the IUPAC rules. This one is called benzoyl chloride. Amides are named by ending with amide. Groups on nitrogen are named as substituents and are given the locants N or NN. Thus, this is named propanamide. It contains 3 carbons and an amino group attached to the carbonyl. This is a methyl group attached to the nitrogen. We call it N-methyl acetamide, or under IUPAC, we name it as N-methyl ethanamide. So this is named N-N-dimethyl formamide. It means that the 2 methyl groups are attached to the nitrogen. Dimethyl formamide is a well-known reagent and commonly used in organic chemistry. By IUPAC naming, we call this dimethyl methanamide. You can also have different alkyl groups attached to the nitrogen. We can call this by alphabetical ordering. This is ethyl, and this is methyl, so we mention ethyl first. N-ethyl, N-methyl benzamide. Amides with hydrogens on nitrogen form strong hydrogen bonds and have high melting and boiling points. Thus, as long as there's a hydrogen that is attached to the nitrogen, the boiling points of amides are very high. If you have secondary amides, the boiling points become lower. Acyclic nitriles are named by adding the suffix nitrile to the alkane name. This is acetonitrile or ethane nitrile, since there are 2 carbons. For this compound, there are 3 carbons, so we call it propionitrile or propane nitrile.